Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Hello. Welcome to episode 5, Cinque, of Short, Fat, and Balding, a podcast by Armchair Quarterbacks for Armchair Quarterbacks. I am Travis, one of 3 hosts who will be navigating you through sports debate for the next couple of hours. We also have Nico.
I'm having a midlife crisis.
And James.
Like my father, my hair is gone.
And today, we're going to talk week 1 of college football, top 5 college football traditions, and MLB postseason predictions. All that and probably much more on this week's Short, Fat, and Balding. Okay, week 1 college football. Question for the amateur. Nico, did you watch any college football this weekend?
I did not.
Classic.
You had one assignment.
I don't like homework.
It's watching football. It's the easiest fucking homework there is. Anyways, carry on.
Nico doesn't like to watch college football because the kids are younger than him and they're way better athletes.
That's not it.
That's it for me, and I still watch it. One of my favorite things to do is watch football.
Okay, so before we dive into the week, we'll basically probably just cover the top 25. Was there anything that stood out to you, James, when you were watching?
I'm going to sound basic, but Colorado.
I mean,
I actually watched a good portion of that game. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, and is it Travis Hunt? Is that his name?
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
Dude,
Hunter,
that kid balled out in ways that we haven't seen since Prime himself, quite frankly. I mean, that dude, he had what? He had 145 receiving yards, 11 catches, and a pick.
111 catches, 119 yards, 129 total snaps, plus the pick.
Yeah.
And Sanders' son going absolutely off.
Yeah, what, 400?
Did not
yards?
see that coming. 510.
510 yards? Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Also, didn't expect Florida State LSU to be.
The upset
Didn't
city?
expect it to go that way.
It was a good game until, I don't know, LSU just did not show up in the fourth quarter. Because I watched the whole game at my hotel room, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And then FSU just, put their feet on LSU's throat and called it a day.
Yeah, I mean, again, the score may not be quite indicative of it, but with 1:26 left, the score was 45-17. And that game was well over. I saw LSU winning that, not handedly, but winning it.
Well, yeah,
because
the LSU was one of the perennial favorites to sneak into the college football playoffs. So you're not expecting them to go into Orlando and just get dog walked by Florida State.
No, I mean, but the question is, was it LSU was bad, or is Florida State for real?
I mean, they looked pretty bad in the second half.
So I mean, you kind of gotta.
They couldn't get anything going. And
so the question is, how far do they drop?
I mean, losing to a top 10 school. I think that those two schools will probably swap rankings.
What, TCU and LSU?
Yeah, because
when
FSU was
do
8.
the rankings come out?
Typically, they come out Monday, but because of the week 1 goes until Monday night, they don't come out till Tuesday.
Gotcha. I'm kind of interested to see.
Wasn't there another upset?
Kind of. It wasn't like a big upset besides Colorado, but Wyoming beat Texas A&M.
No, there's another one. It was a ranked school.
I'm
Wyoming
looking.
beat who?
Texas A&M.
Colorado lost to Colorado beat TCU.
Oh yeah, I think that might be what I'm
It's
thinking.
I think that was the only
Texas Tech.
one.
Colorado beat TCU. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
unranked.
That's the one we were just talking
I
about.
mean, quite frankly,
I thought
Colorado
there was another ranked, unranked upset.
Colorado probably should have been ranked.
Fair.
It's a hard assessment because they just did so much work in the transfer portal, so you don't know what they're gonna do. But if you look at the history of the players, especially the HBCU players that he brought over, like it was pretty apparent that team was better than unranked.
So how high up do you think they go ranking wise?
Probably like 15. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, you're gonna knock out.
No, I'd say low teen or like low teens, high teens,
By the
probably
way,
18, 19.
I had the wrong random Texas school. It was Texas Tech that lost to Wyoming.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Was that a ranked, unranked game?
No, but it was like the first time that a Power 5 conference team had lost to a non-Power 5 school in like a while on week 1. Because they're Mountain West.
Wyoming's put out some good players though.
Yeah, no, and well, I was saying that they cheat because their stadium's at 7,220 feet. Yeah, that's up there. There's a big thing at the behind the where the tunnel where they come out at the end zone. It says "Welcome to 7,220 feet." I'm like, oh my god. I will admit,
Shit, Clemson's losing right now?
yeah, they're down 6-0.
Ooh.
I will admit, James, your Buckeyes didn't look super great.
No, they were very underwhelming. They I only watched the first half of it because I was at work, but I think they relied too much on the run.
Mm-hmm.
At least it seemed in the first half. I don't really know what happened in the second half because I didn't watch, but let me look. And they went into it saying they're going to play both quarterbacks.
Right.
McCord, who, yeah, so McCord went 20 of 33, and then the other guy went 1 of 3 for -2 yards.
Oh, that's good.
So so he had 33 attempts. He had 239. It's hard for me because I sit here and I'm, kind of hopeful that they'll be what they were last year, but I honestly don't think that's going to happen.
You think that they're taking a step back this year?
I do.
Oh,
I do.
I think,
and it's hard for me to say this, I think they lose to Notre Dame. I think they lose to Penn State minimum. If they play just based on what I seen in the first quarter or first half Saturday, but
so you're saying they're gonna have 3 losses?
3 or 4, yeah.
Ooh, man.
Hot take.
Hot take. Hot fire. Hot.
I mean, it's not that they're a bad team. I just see them losing on 1 or 2 possessions.
Right. I get what you're saying.
I didn't really like what I saw from McCord. Granted, first game, that's the thing, you don't know. For all we know, Indiana could end up being ranked in the top 10 by the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So don't put too much stock into it, but
well, that's not going to happen, but yeah.
You never know.
I do. Indiana, dude?
You never know.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't, if Saturday's indicative of how they're going to play the rest of the year, I think they lose 3, maybe 4.
Are they on the road for Notre Dame? Are they playing up in?
They are.
Bend? Yeah, that's gonna suck.
They are. Yeah, that's not going to be a fun one unless they get it together. But we'll see what happens. I mean, they won by 20 points, so
right. It's just
not what I expected.
Right. When I was watching, because I was watching the highlights and the analysis and stuff, and they just said that it was kind of like they were like trudging through mud. They won handily, but they just couldn't get like a rhythm. And against a school like Indiana, that's like kind of a red flag. But they got another week. I mean, we all have to remember that college football doesn't get a preseason, so they get the bugs out.
Like I said, it's week 1. I'm sure they'll change my mind. Like my mind will be changed by 2-3 weeks from now if they actually get the rhythm going.
Oh my God!
I mean, that's not the worst take I've ever had in my life.
Nico, did you see that?
No, I was doing something else.
It wasn't a fumble; it was a muffed punt. The punter, the punter like kicked this shitty ass punt, like a line drive punt, and he like couldn't handle it, the bounce really well, and he slipped, and it's just.
Oh, that might be down though.
No, I don't think so. He didn't have possession. Anyways, this is terrible podcasting because people can't see what we're looking at.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think, as far as the top 25 goes, it was just TCU that got hornswoggled, and I mean it was a close game, 45-42. It's not like I was reading the post game stuff, and you would think that Colorado won that game 45-0. I was like, it was close. It wasn't like a beatdown. I don't know why everybody's, freaking out like that, but I guess to go from what Colorado was, I think they were a 1-win team last year, to beating a ranked opponent, like I see.
You want to hear the worst hot take I've ever had in my life?
Oh geez, here we go.
So it's a bad take, or like it's?
Oh, it's a horrible
very
take.
Spicy take.
Oh, okay.
Also, it's 90% of what you say. So,
fuck you. April 23rd, 2020.
My birthday.
Oh.
But yeah, it is. April 23rd is my birthday.
It is, actually.
Oh. Not 2020.
Well, it was.
Yeah, every year.
Oh, you're going to like this one. Bengals taking Joe Burrow will be a huge mistake. I hope I am wrong, but he's going to be a huge bust. You heard it here first.
And now you want to fucking.
Are you saying that you said that in 2020?
April 23rd, 2020.
How do you know you said that?
Huh?
Do you? I mean, obviously you remember saying it, but like, is there like an archive somewhere? Do we have audio?
We don't have audio. But
I do remember that draft because it was COVID and I had a birthday party at my house to watch the draft because we were so excited to like get back to regular life. Is this a Facebook post?
Mm-hmm.
It has to be. Yeah.
Oh, dude, confirmed. Bengals taking Joe Burrow will be a huge mistake. I hope I'm wrong, but he's going to be a huge bust. You heard it here first. I get behind that statement, says person. Next comment, this team is a bust. Last good thing for the Bengals is Ocho Cinco. And then a gentleman at the very end is this, he's, no, Burrow's a winner. He's got it. Like, I can't, wow, I wish we had this podcast then so I could go back to that and shove it in your face.
No, like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy he wasn't a bust. But at the time, he had one good year.
Right.
And we had no offensive line. I did not think he would be able to turn it around the way he did.
What school did he even go to again?
LSU.
LSU, yeah.
And just to put it in perspective, his senior year for LSU, his number 1 wide receiver, actually his number 2 wide receiver is Jamar Chase, and his number 1 wide receiver was Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I don't want to talk about Justin Jefferson.
Why?
Already?
Because that's like the only mistake Howie's made in the past 10 years. They picked
Jalen
Reagor, yeah, over Justin Jefferson, and Justin Jefferson went next. He was on the board.
Yep.
That's gotta hurt.
No, it does. But whatever,
that's the perfect time for emotional damage right there. I mean, that's it right there. I mean, it's gotta hurt.
Emotional damage.
While we're on the subject of week 1 college football, can we just talk about Oregon putting up an FBS record 81 points?
That poor duck.
That poor duck.
What was it, 500?
46 push-ups, I think he did.
Yeah, that's. Do you know that tradition, James?
I do not.
So every time
Because
the Ducks score, the mascot does the push-ups for the score. So it's not like he adds 7 every time. He does 7 push-ups, then 14 push-ups. So they scored 81 points.
Ooh.
Yeah.
At what point do you just tell him, "Don't worry about it"?
You don't. There's a picture of him just like on his back, just done after they scored the 81. I mean, they played Portland State, which I didn't even know was this. I think it's a made-up school. I think it's a Bishop Sycamore fucking college, but
Jesus.
81 points is wild. Ole Miss put up 73 on Mercer. It was week 1's always crazy.
I was gonna say, how the fuck did this man only have
Syracuse blanked Colgate?
Yeah, 33-0, right?
Relax, it's fucking
65-0.
Colgate. Yeah, I know. It's a toothbrush.
But still, 65-0.
They had 381 passing yards.
65, yes, 6-5.
Oh, I didn't even know they scored. I don't think they scored all that many points all last year.
Garrett Schrader had like fucking 4 touchdowns, and they yanked him in the halfway through the third.
I like how you're like, I don't watch college football, but then you give me every detail of a Syracuse game.
I'm just guessing. I know that their backup quarterback took over for like the fourth quarter at least. So midway through the third felt like a good.
He went 18 of 24 for 257 yards. Schrader did.
Yeah, how many touchdowns?
4.
Yeah.
Your backup had 3.
Yeah.
He was 10 of 13 for 149 yards. Could you imagine putting in your backup and they're still torching you?
Right.
That's got to hurt emotionally.
Well,
but then again, like I said, it's Colgate. I mean, their Colgate starting quarterback was 7 of 14 for 29 yards.
But what I thought was funny is last year Syracuse basketball only put up 68 points against Colgate.
Yeah, that is funny.
So for the football team to put up 65,
speaking of Syracuse, I was kind of mean last night. I was watching the LSU and Florida State game, and one of the LSU quarterbacks just got absolutely torched for like a back flag route just over the top and touchdown FSU. And they're like, it's been a rough night for the transfer from Syracuse. I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Why would you accept a transfer from Syracuse if you're LSU?
Who's the transfer?
Let me find out for you because I'm a terrible podcaster.
It had to have been the backup because their old quarterback that went through the transfer portal went to like Indiana. Tommy DeVito?
Deuce Chestnut.
What?
Deuce Chestnut.
The 5'11", 205-pound Deuce Chestnut signed with LSU. One of 4 cornerbacks Coach Brian Kelly pulled from the transfer portal.
Huh. Oh, cornerbacks. I thought you were talking about quarterbacks.
No, corner. How would a quarterback get burnt?
Yeah. Yeah.
I must have missed that part.
How's a quarterback getting burnt in a flag route?
I missed that part. Stop yelling at me.
Pay the fuck attention.
I can't afford it.
You have one job for this hour and a half, and that's just to listen and talk.
You wouldn't even watch football this weekend. That was his one job this weekend.
Right. And he loves to drink. Just go to the bar. Watch football.
No, I did enough of that today.
You watched football today? That's crazy. There's only one game on. It was at 9:00.
No, I did enough drinking today. I went golfing this morning.
How'd you shoot?
I played the tips and I shot 15 over.
Played the tips?
Yeah, the Blues.
Oh, okay. At Watertown?
Yeah.
Very nice. Michigan looked great. JJ McCarthy.
Sarcasm?
No. JJ McCarthy looked really good. Yeah, he only had one missed
played
pass.
ECU.
Yeah, Eastern Carolina. He only had one missed pass. His quarterback rating was like almost 200.
That score is not very indicative of that.
Going to the box
Sanders' QBR was 200.1.
Right here. J.J. McCarthy, 26 for 30, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns.
It's not bad at all.
Blake Corum had 10 carries for 73 yards. Donovan Everett has 12 carries for 37 yards. And then Roman Wilson, 6 receptions, 78 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's a day for a receiver. No, yeah, but basically 300 yards. No, just perfect. I understand it's Eastern Carolina, and I'm not going to get giddy about it, but I'm just saying they looked really good.
Hey, there you go.
The interior defense was stout. Overall, I was very happy with what I was watching. Is Bo Nix? Is he at Oregon?
Bo Nix is Oregon, yeah.
Yeah, he's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23 for 27, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns. Marquise Irving, 4 carries, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Jesus.
That is the second greatest stat line I've ever seen.
My boy did 30 yards a carry. Are you kidding me?
That's the second greatest stat line I've ever seen.
Oh,
the
my
first
God.
The first one is Randy Moss, 3 catches, 163 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Troy Franklin, 7 receptions, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let's just so this is the Oregon stat line. I'm just gonna read it. Bo Nix, 23 for 27, 287, 3 touchdowns. Marquise Irving, 4 carries, 119, 2 touchdowns. Troy Franklin, 7 receptions, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Portland State, Dante Chikari, I don't know, 5 for 14, 35 yards, 1 touchdown. Their running back, Dante Chikari, must be brothers.
It's the same person.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So their quarterback is also their top rusher. 6 carries, 53 yards. And their top receiver of the day was Jaden Casey. 3 grabs, 17 yards.
I want to know how the fuck they got that touchdown. Fumble.
Oh, I'm sure it was in garbage time.
No, it's in
it's in the very beginning. Yeah, 7:01. Chance Miller, 9-yard pass from Dante Chikari, or whatever the fuck the kids.
Yeah, but that drive had to have only been like a 10-yard drive.
Yeah.
Like, let me find it. 9 plays, 75 yards.
9 plays, 75. So then, yeah, it was a good drive.
Yeah, that was a fine drive.
The total offense for Portland State did not even equal the passing yards for Bo Nix.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Tune-up game.
Yeah, I mean, very much was.
Well, this is why. Portland State now they play Wyoming.
Are they Mountain
They
West?
play Cal Poly. They play Montana State, Northern Arizona, Idaho State, Eastern Washington, UC Davis,
They got to be
Montana,
Mountain West.
North Colorado. See, they are. It would take 7 fucking seconds to load. Big Sky Conference.
Big Sky? Ugh. Did you see that if you had parlayed the 3 Mountain West schools, you would have won $6,600?
Yeah, and like a $100 bet or something.
Yeah, if you had taken a $100 bet and bet Wyoming, bet Utah, and bet, what was the other one? Was it? I think it was. Some weird school. It might have been Fresno State. Yeah, it was Fresno State. If you had bet those 3 schools, you would have won 100. If you had bet $100, you would have won 66 grand.
Did you see? There's one guy who put like a futures bet in at the beginning of the season. He put like $100 to win like 1.1 million.
No, but what's he betting on?
Oh, it was like he put like rookie of the year, division winners for football.
Oh, he
rookie of
parlayed
the
it
year
all.
for baseball. He parlayed it all.
Oh,
And he's like,
imagine you hit
he's
on that,
six.
though.
He's 6 legs away. So he needs the rookie of the year, in the AL and the NL. And then the, 6 division winners for football? It was like a fucking 18-leg parlay or some shit.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he's hit on 10 of them already.
Yeah, but that's one of those ones where you just accept that you probably wasted $100, and then you check your account and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That'd be nuts.
It's the dream. James, did you watch UNC South Carolina?
I did not.
It was a good one too. They played it in Charlotte. It was cool.
The only ones I really watched were Colorado and Ohio State.
Colorado was like the big noon kickoff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ohio State played at what, 3:30?
Yeah, 3:30.
So that lined up for you.
And all the other ranked teams won pretty handedly for the most part, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, Iowa struggled with Utah State, 24-14. I think USC gave up way too many points to San Jose State, 28 points, like, whatever. Wisconsin, 38-17 over Buffalo. Texas, 37-10 over Rice, which I forgot was even a college. Man, Notre Dame really struggled at the beginning, man. They're gonna play Navy and Tennessee State to start out their season. Sick. They beat Navy 42-3, and then they beat Tennessee State 56-3. Which means
I see Notre Dame jumping in the top 10.
They've outscored their opponents 98-6.
Yep, they're going to be in the top 10.
Georgia won 48-7, which honestly feels like an underperformance for them.
Tennessee Martin, yeah.
They're like, oh, we're going to play a community college.
Yeah.
Doesn't put up 50 points.
Kansas State won 45-0 over Southeastern Missouri. Texas A&M handled New Mexico. Penn State West Virginia was close until the fourth quarter. It was just like Florida State. Man, I have to say, a whiteout at Happy Valley is so cool. As much as like the Big Ten rivalries there, like it's such a cool environment.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Alabama handled Middle Tennessee. Oregon State beat up on San Jose State. Tulane, God bless them, man, 37-17. And then Clemson's currently up on Duke 7-6 going into the half. 7 minutes left in the second quarter.
I'm hoping Duke takes this one. I think those helmets are dope as fuck.
Yeah, no, they are. They are sick. Metallic, Old English, dude. Sign me up every time.
Yep.
Iowa
hey,
State
James,
next
if
week.
you ever want to get me a birthday present, find me a Duke mini helmet with that script signed by Daniel Jones.
Dude, sleeper game of the week next week: Tulane, Mississippi.
Ooh,
Tulane versus
that's
Ole
gonna
Miss. 24.
A
24.
Oh, Youngstown State.
24 and a 22. A top 25 matchup. 3:30 p.m.
Is that the only one?
That's the only one. And Tulane's at home. Penn State's playing
Hold on.
Delaware. USC's playing NC State. Notre Dame's playing NC State. Utah's playing Baylor. You just figured out Ohio State's playing Youngstown State. Kansas State's playing Troy. Georgia's playing Ball State. Fuck Georgia, man. Their schedule's so... Iowa State. Michigan's playing UNLV. Washington's playing Tulsa. Texas A&M's playing Miami. I don't know how good Miami is this year, but I feel like they're never an easy win, so that could be a tough game for them.
What did they do this week?
What did Miami do this week?
Yeah.
Let's see. The whole college football scoreboard.
This is a lot of dead air.
What's that?
This is a lot of dead air.
You could have talked.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me
you
talk.
would.
In the meantime, have you ever just gone to your therapist, right? And they just quit on you. They're like, no more. We're all
Your
done.
therapist quit on you?
No. name me in her suicide letter, but that's not the point. Okay.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. She's alive and well.
I don't
think.
Okay, right here.
Sure.
So what who are we talking about?
Miami, ACC,
Miami.
correct?
Okay, so ACC.
I bold prediction.
They played
Notre
Miami
Dame
of
ends up
Ohio, but they won 38-3.
Jesus.
Notre Dame ends up in the top 4 at the end of the year.
Top 4?
Yeah.
You think so?
I am
Hit
fairly
the button,
confident.
hit the button, hit the button, hit the button, hit the button.
If they can run the table. Absolutely.
Wow.
If they've got some games, and I'm telling you right now, they've got quite a few ranked. They got Ohio State, USC, Clemson. You can win those games. You're easily looking at top 4. I mean, you look at right now
What's Notre Dame right now? Like 12?
13. Which they're probably going to go up after trouncing both Navy and Tennessee State. They'll probably jump up.
Okay, yeah, because they beat up 2 little kids. Cool.
Yeah, but you know how the rankings work.
Right.
We're going to be talking about Bama's going to be sitting at number 3 next week.
And they just win like 58-7 or some shit, 56-7.
Yeah. So if they can beat Ohio State and USC and Clemson, there's no way you leave them out. That's 3 top 10 teams, depending on where they sit, obviously, when that time comes. But I mean, you take out 3 top 10s, you're going to be in the college playoff. With Fabio as their quarterback.
Fabio?
I don't
I don't understand that.
I don't think. Does he have long hair? Like Trevor Lawrence?
He literally looks like a fucking Disney prince.
Wow.
Seen a TikTok on him.
He was on the Dan Patrick show, but he called in, so I didn't get to see him.
Sam Hartman.
It is big. Colorado's in the Pac-12 this year, but they're going to the Big 12 next year, right?
Yes. Tell me this man does not look like a Disney prince.
You put it in the group chat?
Would you send it to us?
I just put it in the group chat, yeah. Sam Hartman.
Yeah, he does. But Fabio's,
minus the beard, and I could.
Fabio's a trash reference. Fabio has long hair.
Yeah, put him like
he
get rid
has
of the
long
beard
hair now. I just seen he's on. I seen like 4 or 5 TikToks of him this morning.
What side of TikTok are you on?
Sports side of TikTok. My TikTok is literally dogs, sports, and dark humor.
Is that what you tell yourself?
Yeah, I get some weird TikToks. When I first started, it was a lot of underage girls dancing, and I was like, what algorithm are you looking at? Because I am not interested in this.
Get rid of his beard, and he looks like fucking Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid.
You're like one of the senators.
Yeah.
I know TikTok's broken because my TikTok's nothing but young girls dancing. Like, Senator, shut up. The SEC almost went undefeated last week if it wasn't for South Carolina.
Forgot how big and important of an SEC school they are. I forget Hawaii has a college football team.
Yeah, remember when we were like in high school, they were dope.
Yeah, that was where wasn't that where Manti Te'o came from?
No, Manti Te'o played for Notre Dame.
Who came out of Hawaii?
The one quarterback.
I have no idea.
Holy shit. Colt
Brennan. Yep, that's the one. That was when everybody had Hawaii fever.
He died in 2021, apparently.
Oh, that was a nice sack.
Oh. Well, that got sad.
What the fuck?
Trayvon Henderson also. He's a
Oh,
Bengal.
he had a traumatic brain injury. Who?
Trayvon Henderson.
Oh, yeah, he was a running back.
Yeah, he played
One of
for
them.
Hawaii. He's a defensive back.
Trayvon Henderson?
Trayvon Henderson is American football safety for the Cincinnati Bengals, the National Football League.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know. Clearly, you don't even know your own team. He's with the practice squad. I'm just being an asshole to you.
Oh, Trayvon Williams is our running back. My bad.
Yeah,
I apologize.
I get it. It's hard to remember.
He's four-string running back. It's hard to remember names when it gets that far down the depth chart, but what are you going to do?
Correct.
So, what are we talking about next?
Oh, next is going to be the best college football traditions.
Gotcha.
Do you feel that week 1 has been sufficiently sucked?
Oh.
Yeah.
He gets the reference.
I get the reference.
Cool. All right. Well, we will move on. That's week 1 college football. Only thing that looks interesting for next week is Mississippi and Tulane, and then Texas A&M and Miami. The rest of it's a bunch of crap. UNC's playing Appalachian State. I don't know if they're any good anymore. They leave a dark stain on my life. Oregon's playing Texas Tech, so I guess that could be a good matchup too. But we all know that college football doesn't kick off till week 3. So, yeah.
What's the marquee game for week 3?
Week 3?
Well, you said it doesn't really kick off until week 3.
Because
so
usually you're heading into like your conference. Then like TCU is playing Houston, Georgia Tech, Mississippi is going to be a good one. Washington, Michigan State.
Wyoming, Texas is going to be a good game too, I think.
Yeah, Wyoming and Texas.
That'll end up being game of the week watch.
Minnesota's going into USC or UNC. Florida State. Boston College is bad. Never mind.
They used to be good.
Yeah, they used to be good. San Diego State, Oregon State will probably be a good game too.
This is something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Georgia's season actually starts week 7 and ends week 8.
Yeah. They do their back-to-back ranked opponents, and then they play FCS schools the rest of the time.
Solid schedule. Schedule makers there must be just proud of the work they've put in.
Well, I can assure you that the schedule makers are proud of themselves because they've made it so that way they literally have to basically try for 2 games to just walk their way into a national championship. Yeah, enough complaining about Georgia's easy as fuck schedule. The SEC is a joke. That concludes that. Thank you. Thank you for listening to that transition.
Thank you.
We're now going to talk best college traditions because college football has some of the best traditions in sports, period. And I'm also going to make fun of the NFL the whole time we're talking about this because they have an opportunity to take advantage and they don't. So, James, what's your favorite? Actually, no. Start at number 5. What's your number 5 college football tradition?
Call it a tradition because it's only been a couple years. There's just something that gets my blood flowing when I hear and sing Mr. Brightside.
Yeah.
Just loud and proud. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just gets me fucking amped. I then again love the song, but
yeah,
That's my number 5.
107,000 people singing Mr. Brightside.
Yeah. It's just beautiful.
I feel like I'm gonna offer 0 to this conversation.
You'll see. I'm sure.
No, I understand that.
No, but I'm sure you'll know some stuff, and you'll be like, "That's really cool," or "That's really dumb." My number 5 is Howard Rock. Guy, you know what that is? Howard Rock.
Howard?
Yeah.
No.
It's
Clemson, no?
Yes, it is. When Clemson comes into their stadium, they have a rock that was brought from Death Valley, California, and it's on a pedestal, and they touch it as they go down. I think Clemson's the only school that gets bused to their home stadium, and they show up and they open these huge ass gates, and they get off the bus fully padded, ready to roll, and then they do their entrance, and they walk down through the crowd. At the top of that is the rock, and they all touch it, and they go down into the stadium. That's actually how the stadium got the name Death Valley, because of that rock.
Nice.
James, number 4.
I'm going to go with Florida State's planting the spear. That one a lot.
Yeah. So, number 1, I agree with you. So there's no debate on this, but there's some little nuanced tradition there that I'm not sure if you knew. So in Seminole tradition, spiking the spear on your horse signals the start of a war game, whereas getting off your horse and spiking the spear signals the start of actual war. And the only time that Chief Osceola ever dismounts his horse is against the University of Florida.
Did not know that.
Yeah. It was a fun little thing I learned when I was in Florida for that short while. I guess FSU and UF don't like each other very much.
I mean, that makes sense.
I love nuanced shit like that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Like when you're just sitting there.
The tone.
Yeah. And also the whole pomp and circumstance behind that event, because they're all doing their fucking chant with the hatchet move. And
oh yeah, the chop.
Yeah, the chop, and they're just fucking that shit's so, and they all get into it before Osceola even grabs his spear. It's wild. I agree.
Yeah, that's.
It was.
I think that. Or the way we're saying, you can't have your teams named Indian or Warrior, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Having a backing of an actual Seminole tribe kind of
right
okays the name, and the fact that they okayed the spear, the spear.
Yeah, they love it.
I think that's pretty sick.
They love the
cultural thing.
I was gonna say, if you talk to the elders, they talk about how they love it because it brings national attention to the traditions of the Seminole people. So I love it.
Yeah, I think that's
I'm all for it.
A really sick way of at least paying homage to your name too,
Right. What's your number 3?
So is that your number 4 as well?
Yeah, it is my number 4 as well. Yeah.
That's pretty sick. I'm gonna go running with Ralphie.
Shut up, dude. Why are we the same person? We did not plan this. This is totally off the cuff. What the fuck? Yeah.
I didn't even think James had his written down.
It's not. It's just off the top of my head. You know that it's actually a female bison that they run with?
Yes, I did know that.
Yes.
A female
I
bison
think
named Ralphie?
having I think having 5 people run a full ass bison in a horseshoe pattern on a field,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things that could go wrong. But
Yeah.
I just think it's awesome to see.
It is.
Watch it and you're like, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I'll be shitting my pants if I was those guys.
And with they all, it's
One turn of the head, she's having a bad day.
Yeah. That animal could end you very, very fast.
Very fast.
To cut back to what Nico said, Ralphie's a lot. Do you know Uga, Nico?
Uga, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like it doesn't. The buffalo always gets the same name.
Gotcha. Okay.
So why don't you give your number 2?
Okay.
Just because
my number 2 is Sooner Schooner.
that's pretty sick.
Yeah. It made
I
national
will give
headlines.
it that. We are going to separate here.
I think it was 2 years ago. I think it was 2020 that it tipped over, and it was hilarious. But
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm all about like
I mean,
those,
it's pretty sick.
yeah, those outlandish like traditions where like just nobody else could do it. Like who what guy was like, yo, I have a sick idea. Get an old school cart wagon and just sprint it onto the field with 2 horses. And they're like, yes, absolutely. It's just wild. What's your number 2?
Credit credits due. They keep that thing rolling too.
I think it goes like 30 miles
Like
an
the
hour.
maintenance on that is
It hauls ass.
which also again would be terrifying to be in, because after watching it flip once, knowing that if that thing rolls, you're going to be on Sports Center's not top 10. It's just you come flying out of a fucking little, was it carriage?
Yeah, it's almost like a Oregon Trail type carriage.
Yeah, that's
it's
pretty
a
sick.
scaled down replica of the Studebaker Conestoga wagon used by settlers of the Oklahoma Territory.
Damn. My number 2 is going to be Ohio State's dotting the I. I think that just the marching, it's not even just them that do it, but like the marching band stuff they do now is just insane.
Yeah, but it's like
Ohio State's got the greatest fucking marching band in all of college.
I was gonna say Nico's a music nerd. Like
Oh,
he's
absolutely.
gonna know that like Ohio State is the standard, and everybody else is just trying to keep up.
And like the entirety
Oh,
of
absolutely.
the entirety of the marching band. Well, I guess I can't say the entirety because it's always the euphonium player, but they take it as a great honor to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's usually. I was gonna say it's a, and they rotate, don't they, Nico? It's usually seniors, and it's like a senior drum major that leads them out, and then
It's a senior drum major. It's been the same one the last 2 years, I believe. So I guess it can't be the same. I guess it can't be a senior, but
that's true.
It is always whoever they pick in order to do it just takes great honor in it.
Right, I know it's a big fucking deal.
It is a huge deal for the entirety of Ohio State.
Yeah, because Ohio State's like their marching band social media like always announces who's dotting the I that week. And they're like they do like a whole like profile on them.
Yeah,
They've had some actually celebrities do it too.
Really?
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus.
Jack
Nicklaus has done it.
All right.
Bob Hope, Woody Hayes, President Novus Fawcett and his wife.
President what?
So
it must be like
bless
the
you,
president.
President. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Ohio State president.
Yeah. So I was like, that doesn't sound like any president that I know.
No, former university president. Comedian Bob Hope. Cody Hayes. Former Ohio State ticket director Robert Rise. James Buster Douglas. Former heavyweight boxing champion.
Oh, how do they do it?
Legend
Though? Do they
Ohio
just like
State
go?
great.
Do they go out there with the euphonium player?
I imagine, yeah.
Sousaphone. I might have misspoke. It is a sousaphone.
Okay. Well, the sousaphone player, like they go out there with him, I assume.
I imagine, yeah. I mean, I imagine it's announced beforehand. So they could just run out there and do it.
Yeah. I was just curious as to how they did it, because like I know that the people who are in the marching band, like it's a whole ass like training process. So I wonder what the timing is. I'll have to check a video of it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any that I'm aware of, but I can check them out and find out. But still, I mean, it's a cool tradition, especially when you kind of honor marching band students too, would as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's acknowledging that there is much a part of what makes college football great as the athletes themselves too.
Yeah, and not to mention, it's just iconic.
Right. So that was my number one. So what's your number one?
Wave at Iowa.
See, I like it. It's wholesome.
It is quite wholesome.
I was thinking of like I ranked my list based on badassery.
Fair enough.
But no, yeah, like
I mean,
honorable mention, great traditions in sports history, like period. The waving to the children's hospital, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, of course that's gonna be up there.
Yeah.
and the children watch the game from up there too.
Yeah. Because they put like the way they built the hospital next to the stadium. They put like the I don't know if it's like the worst cases, but they put like the ones that are going to be at the hospital for like a long time. They get up higher so they can see the games.
Yeah, which to me is awesome. It's
Yeah, you get the sniffles thinking about
back without even doing much. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So
Honorable mention for me is Enter Sandman for Virginia Tech.
that's fair. I don't know. I just think whenever I think Sandman, it's
right, but the tradition of the song itself is actually cooler at Virginia Tech than it is for Mo. Like Mo signified himself. Like you heard that song, you're like, oh shit, the game's over. Whereas like at Virginia Tech, like they drop that song and like they register it on seismographs. Like it's insane.
yeah.
So like
I just want to let you both know that Bleacher Report has all of your mentions so far outside of the top 5 except for the spear.
outside, what do they have? Do they have USC's Trojan on there?
No.
No.
Well, they have dotting the I at 4 and the spear at 5.
Probably have the whiteout.
Yeah, Happy
State.
Valley Whiteout.
In Happy Valley.
Nope.
Hawaii, the haka. That's pretty sick too.
Does
Yeah,
Hawaii
I was going to
do
say
haka?
the haka. They do it every game.
Do they?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I wish I had known that because hakas get me, man. I'll seriously go on YouTube and just watch hakas. I don't even care.
Hakas are so good.
Like the All Blacks, man. I watch rugby just to see New Zealand do the haka.
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
gonna lie to you. The haka makes me want to run through a brick wall.
Yeah, dude. I don't like. I know my body is not able to play contact sports, but if somebody like made me a part of the haka, I'd try. I would definitely try.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I could be sitting next to somebody there are a group of people doing the haka, and I'm like, yeah, I'll need one.
Right.
Like, you got an extra jersey in there? Like, what do you know? I'm coming out first play, coming out gassed and probably with a broken shoulder, but.
Yeah.
Oh, that one play, I'm getting a sack, is what I'm saying.
I gotta pull up this article because I don't want Nico to tell me, but I know I'm gonna get upset.
You are going to get upset. What, the number 1?
What do they have for number 1?
No. 20 best
Hold
college
on,
football
what?
traditions for Bleacher Report.
I'm looking at 10,
10.
ranking the top 10 college football traditions.
Okay, got it.
They have Ralphie at 9, and the Schooner at 7, and Howard's Rock at 6.
The Ramblin' Wreck is number 10, which I didn't even know existed, but apparently they take.
Is that just a car?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, it's
1934
1930
Model A.
A.
Yep, they go on. They do it for Georgia Tech. They drive it out in the field. Yeah, Ralphie's Run is number 9. I don't think the 12th man is even a fucking tradition. It's just the crowd. You know,
Yeah.
like there's a million. Like Seattle has the 12th man. Like, it's not. I don't think that's.
I don't understand.
That's foolish.
Yeah, the Sooner Schooner number 7, Howard's Rock number 6, Osceola Spear Plant number 5, Dotting the I number 4. Dude, Rolling Tumors is dumb. So dumb.
There's TP a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During away football games, when employees of the local drugstore received news of a win, they would throw a ticker tape from the telegraph onto the power lines, and over time became the tradition to celebrate wins. The Vol Navy, Neyland Stadium is one of 2 college football venues accessible by boat. Beginning in 1962, the former University of Tennessee broadcaster George Mooney steered his boat to Neyland, and he gets credit for starting the flotilla of approximately 200 boats that float up or down the river and dock right outside the stadium on game weeks in Knoxville. Why is that? How could that possibly be number 2? It's literally just people arriving to a game.
That definitely doesn't beat the Spear.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
And this is just a straight up game. Number 1 is Army-Navy game. Like, the Army-Navy game in and of itself is really cool. But
to call it a tradition? I mean, they
is.
do it every year, but still, it's... I mean, if you look at the stuff that goes on around Army-Navy game, absolutely.
Right.
Wait. I just opened a different Bleacher Report article, and they have the Ramblin' Wreck at 50. Oh. And then the Vol Navy at 49.
Yeah, see, Bleacher Report isn't even together. Jump Around is cool. That's that's Wisconsin.
West Virginia, Country Roads.
Yeah, well, this list I'm looking at now,
John
James,
Denver.
This list I'm looking at right now has Lee Corso's mascot selection as like the greatest college tradition, and I'm like, I don't really disagree.
No, absolutely not.
Seeing crowds lose their fucking minds because he picks the away team at college game day is like one of my favorite things on earth. Or when he baits
and he don't give a single fuck.
He'll like pull out the one helmet and be like, I'm gonna, and he's like, not so fast, my friend. He puts on the other fucking mascot. See, these guys, I agree. Like they said, the 2 things that make Ohio State and Florida State like some of the best historic organizations are the helmet stickers. Like Ohio State doesn't even like have a helmet design. It's literally just like, how cool can you be with your stickers?
Yeah, how many stickers can you put on the damn thing?
There's a reason behind the stickers too, isn't there?
You do stuff, yeah. You have to you either have a good game, good play, good practice, something to earn. They're called pride stickers, and you get them for doing something worthy of pride.
Yeah, that's iconic about Ohio State. Little Buckeye stickers.
Yeah.
I like that.
What
I like
a
when
Buckeye
you.
is.
It's a nut.
It is a nut.
Yeah, it's also a sweet treat made with peanut butter and chocolate.
That's the Buckeye I prefer, but I guess that Buckeye is based off of the nut.
It's based off of the Buckeye nut, yes.
Yeah, because the nut looks like the way the chocolate peanut butter cookie looks, right?
It's not a cookie. It's literally just peanut butter dough balls with Rice Krispies in them covered in chocolate.
Okay. Semantics.
But
kind of want one
way.
now, for being honest.
Yeah, I know. I only ever have them around the holidays. Did you know they've only been waving at the Children's Hospital since 2017?
Really?
Yeah, it says the tradition debuted in 2017. Oh, that's because the hospital didn't open until 2017. It says the Hawkeye Wave.
I was going to say, it looked like a relatively new hospital.
Yeah, this tradition debuted in 2017 following the opening of the university's Stead Family Children's Hospital, which overlooks Kinnick Stadium. At the end of the first quarter, fans turn and wave to the pediatric care patients and families watching the game from the hospital's upper floors. The top floor hosts game day parties in what the hospital calls its press box. They have this USA Today one has the Go Blue banner. I mean, as a Michigan fan, I don't think it's that cool. It's classic, but I don't think it riles me up.
That's the same thing as play like a champion today.
Right.
Like, it's a sign, but
And you
it doesn't
it.
really do much for me, at least.
Right.
You touch it.
I think it's much bigger for like the players than it is for like the spectators. Whereas I'm thinking of like things that like as a spectator, you're like, this is an experience. This is crazy.
Yeah, like if I was a Notre Dame fan, being able to see that sign might be exciting, but
Right.
you don't see it on the field. You know, and we're talking as fans, not as players, because none of us could play D1 football.
Right. The
Roller coasters, let alone play football.
Trojan. The Trojan's cool. I mean, it's basically just a basement or bar. What is it? Basement bargain? Yeah, basement bargain version of Osceola. Like it's the same tradition. Just
Yeah,
it's not my cuppa. Yeah, no, I think
No,
I
not my
like
cup of tea.
our picks. Fuck Bleacher Report, Nico. That's what I gotta say. I don't care.
yeah, they
Bleacher
can't even
Report-
agree with themselves. So
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand some of this because this isn't even really a tradition. It's just iconic in the world of sports. But for their number one, they have the "Play Like a Champion Today" sign for Notre Dame,
Yeah.
and then
That's-
"Touchdown Jesus"
Oh.
and what?
as number two. "Touchdown Jesus," Notre Dame.
Is that guy like a Notre Dame blowhard?
Jesus.
It's literally a mural.
No, I'm saying the guy who wrote the article.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know.
Like
very well could be.
he gives two to Notre Dame, the top two.
The top two, yeah, for Notre Dame.
What's your take on the
What a
Gator
joke.
Chomp?
Gator Chomp is great.
I like it when they.
It
sync
is
up.
what it is.
I like it when they sync it up with the Jaws music.
I also
Yeah.
like Miami's chain
The chain.
in the turnover chain.
The turnover chain, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's-
Another Big
I feel
Ten.
like that's been taken.
Wait, no, go ahead.
I feel like that's been taken though, and kind of across sports in general, where teams are doing that now. Like we talked about, what was it last week before, about the samurai hat with Shohei?
Yeah.
Yeah, the baseball traditions.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of. I feel like Miami started it, but it's become more of a sports-wide thing. So I wouldn't really consider it an iconic college football tradition.
Right.
Oh.
Another honorable mention according to this list is another Big Ten school, which is Purdue's world's largest drum.
Oh.
It's a 7-foot diameter bass drum. It was built in like the early 1900s, like 1930.
Yeah, it doesn't really do it for me.
So, as we transition out of this topic, but I want to stay on it while transitioning out of it. Why is it that the tradition of football is so different between college and the professionals? Because like it doesn't happen in any other sport like that. Like baseball players always have their superstitions. You could talk to a baseball player in college, you could talk to a baseball player in the pros, and it's the same shit. You don't talk to a pitcher when he's throwing a perfect game. You don't walk on the chalk
You don't
line.
step on the chalk line.
Exactly, like all that stuff. Whereas like it just seems like I feel like there's a modicum of passion lost both in the fan base and from the players in the jump from NFL or from college football to the NFL, because I have never seen a pregame I mean, the closest thing that the NFL even has is the skull chant.
I mean, I think a lot of it is. Well, I mean, teams have their chants. You have Houdat for the Saints, Houday for the Bengals.
Yeah, but it's not like when I say
you're looking at the other one that I saw, Travis.
Yeah, when I say the skull chant, I mean like the fact that you know what the skull chant is. They do the horn, and then they all are like skull, 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 skull,
Yeah.
skull. Like the whole crowd does it, and then they all come out. Like it's a very, what's the word I want to use? It's like a structured event, and that's kind of what I'm getting at with like these traditions. Like you walk into the horseshoe, you know you're gonna see that marching band, you know they're gonna dot the I, and you know everybody's gonna go fucking wild. You walk into Florida State, you know Osceola, when he comes out, it's game time. Like, whereas I just feel like the traditions, if any, the only one I could think of is school. Every other, like, they have their chants and their hashtags and stuff, but it seems very corporate. Like there's no uniqueness in the NFL.
Individuality.
I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. It's very corporate. I think it's NFL's more of a business than college football. It's treated differently. I mean, have you heard some of the interview questions they ask these college kids when they're going for their NFL
for the combine
interviews?
Like the combine interviews, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I have not.
For fuck's sake, they take a test.
Yeah, I knew that.
You know what I'm saying?
But I just didn't know. I don't know what the questions are for the interview. I know that there's like personality questions and stuff like that.
They ask about like their family, their backgrounds. They literally go over these kids with a comb trying to figure out every little thing about them. And I think NFL is treated like it's a business and you're a professional, which I understand to an extent, but
I mean, in the grand scheme, they are
still. Yeah, you still got to have fun. I think
it's still
like if you look at Buffalo, Bills Mafia,
yeah,
they tailgate from probably even before the fucking sun comes up. So
yeah, people are getting there at like 6 a.m. to
well into
start
the night.
Grills and get shit.
Yeah, they're getting there at 6 a.m. if they're having a Sunday night game. You know, that's a late
Yeah.
show up for
even for the fucking 1 o'clock games.
No,
they're there at the ass crack of dawn.
Well, they would. That was the.
I'm saying, but even for an 8 o'clock game, they're there at the ass crack of dawn.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't matter what time of day or anything. They're always there.
Yeah, and I feel like when you reach the NFL level, these traditions and stuff are more fan reliant than they are the actual for the players. I mean, would I like to see Cincinnati run a fucking tiger out there every week?
Hell yeah!
Fucking awesome.
Oh, dude,
I think it'd be.
LSU does have a tiger.
Yeah, I'm going to put this on the record. If Cincinnati starts running a fucking tiger on the field, I'm changing loyalties. I'm getting rid of my Eagles stuff. I am buying Bengals gear. Because that'd be so fucking cool.
You heard it here first.
I mean, the Eagles have a tradition.
They have this song, the fight song, and then they fly that eagle across the field.
No, their tradition takes place in April every year when they draft nothing but Georgia players.
Oh, whatever, dude. It's one draft.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, I think it's like the second or third. Oh,
get a better GM.
It gone.
He stepped out at like the 5.
He knows it.
Nope. They called it.
Trash. Get a better GM.
But
I don't know why you wouldn't want.
No, I think
the entire Georgia roster.
NFL, you don't get to play the Browns every week.
Sure. The Browns are good.
All right, on paper, they're good on paper every year.
I don't know, man. I think, and I know that we did our like selection, whatever. But if I could go back and pick, I'd pick Myles Garrett. I didn't realize that he
for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I didn't realize he got so much help on the defense. Like he's not going to be double teamed anymore. They have like a decent defensive line.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Well, I was watching a clip from the Chiefs Browns preseason game.
Yeah.
And Myles Garrett absolutely fucking dog walked their offensive, could be their tackle. Absolutely dog walked him. I'm just like, yeah, that's what I gotta fucking contend with.
Doesn't that bother you though? Because the Bengals like only have an offensive line in theory. They don't really have one.
No, they have one.
Kinda.
What are you talking about? We got a line.
All right.
Orlando Brown Jr., Kappa, Karras. Cordell Volson's probably our only weak spot, but he's not even really a weak spot. He's going into a second year. And then we got Jonah Williams on the other side until Lael Collins comes back.
Isn't it Alex Kappa?
What did I say?
I don't think it was that.
I'm pretty sure I just said we have Brown Jr. and then Kappa and Karras. Cordell Volson.
I thought you were saying all their first names too.
No.
Right. I mean, so to get back.
So I mean,
we
have a line.
I see your point, but there are other professional sports that have bonkers ass traditions. Like when you think of baseball and you think of baseball history, the Red Sox are synonymous with that history, and they fucking play Sweet Caroline in the 7th inning like a bunch of dorks, and they all dance and sing and have a good time.
Oh no, I agree. No, I agree. There's room for them,
right?
But I think that's how it's looked at, though. It's looked at as strictly professional. They have so many fucking rules that I don't even know if it'd be possible.
Possible.
I mean, dude, you can't even wear certain colored cleats. You can't wear anything like, what was his name? D'Angelo Hall got in trouble for trying to promote breast cancer awareness on a week where it wasn't dedicated to it.
Right.
I think
we're also
made so many.
We're discussing it like, if you're going to have a tradition in an organization, it really has to kind of come from the top down. So I feel like those rules wouldn't apply because the ownership would make exceptions on the rules committee to allow for those things to occur. Like, could you imagine if like the Chargers got like a Thor lookalike and just fucking lit the crowd up every home game?
They are in LA.
Electric, literally.
Right, it'd be fucking wild. I mean, I understand the Giants can't get a literal giant, but they could do something.
Just get a Hagrid lookalike and have him run out there.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Robbie Coltrane.
Yeah, Robbie Coltrane, the GOAT.
But
like, there's room for it. I don't get it, man. Because like, I think one of the things...
I'm not saying there's no room for it.
Oh,
I'm saying, but I think that's just how it's perceived. I think there's room for it, and I think you could put asses in seats. I mean, if you have, who's now really in the NFL who doesn't really get has trouble selling out games?
Nobody does, but you think about it, it's just another avenue for sales. Like, the only reason they did the color rush jerseys is because now it's another jersey people have to have. Like, think about all of the subsidiary Vikings branding that just says Skol on it because of their one little fucking tradition. Like, in that aspect alone, you can make a ton of money off of it.
No, and I think, actually, Cincinnati's actually starting to do that now with their Ring of Honor. And they have Fan of the Week, or I can't remember what they call it, something of the week. Ruler of the Jungle for the week or whatever, where they come, and it's a whole thing. Like, they're starting to do things like that. But Bengals also, organization is starting to change as a whole for the better.
That's good.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to an NHL game?
I have not.
Okay.
No, because he yelled at me.
Right. Because like, even like, you know this, Nico, like, even every hockey team, like, their intro is unique. Like, it's a very like therapeutic bonding situation with the fan base. Like, you have the Sabres drop down that saber tooth, and like the Kraken have like those tentacles. The Rangers always come out to the same fucking like lighting effect, and they have their little montage before that comes out, and they have the stuff on the ice. I'm sure basketball is very similar. So like, it just always struck me because I remember going to the Eagles game. It was my first NFL game, and like, I was chatting. My dad and I were like chatting with people, and like we didn't even notice the game kicked off because like there's nothing even as basic as like what colleges do where they like go oh when they kick the ball off. Like that doesn't even happen. So I was like, what the fuck? There's just like I was shook by it because I had been to a million Syracuse games.
No, I think college is definitely a completely different atmosphere. I think the NFL could benefit from some of it. Obviously, you can't. If you do it once a year, like the Yankees do with their full-timer day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that once a year. I think you could benefit from that.
Well, was it the Bengals? Did they do when they did their color rush? Did they do a whiteout?
Yes, they're doing a stripe out this year, which I don't know what that means, but
see, even if they did something like that, like if the Eagles when they wear their all blacks, they did like a blackout, like dude, blackout, whiteout shits, those are so fucking cool. When you can coordinate 80,000 people to wear the same shit.
Yeah.
It's a true home field advantage, and like that's kind of what you're getting with these traditions. Is like you're letting the opposing team know like this is our fucking house. Good luck today.
Absolutely.
A lot of it too with that is like you have like when Clemson plays, say Clemson played USC in. How am I trying to word this? I think a lot of that too is when you go to an NFL game. If you go to a game in Cincinnati, most of the people there are going to be Cincinnati fans,
right?
Where you have the student sections that are clearly, for school. I feel like hold on, I'm saying this backwards. When you go to, say you go to a Bengals game, right? Bengals play Pittsburgh.
Okay.
You're still going to have a lot of Pittsburgh fans there. But when you go to college games, they're not as divided. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of orange in that stadium we're watching right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're both Carolina schools, aren't they?
Yeah, but historically speaking,
they're still
college
relatively
sports
close.
are played regionally. Like when Michigan plays Ohio State, I think Columbus is only like a 4-hour drive from Ann Arbor.
It's true. It is true.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, if I went to Ann Arbor, I'm still singing Mr. Brightside with the Michigan fans. I don't give a fuck.
Hand in fucking hand, baby.
Dude, yeah. When that song comes on, we're all one. We're all just.
I was going to tell you, James, that we should plan a trip and go.
I don't know if I could handle that.
We could even go back-to-back years so we can go to both stadiums. Yeah, it's another time. We'll talk about it another time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one. If I can mature a little more. We'll talk about that.
I feel like we have established our feelings on traditions and why the NFL fucking sucks when it comes to that shit. So we're gonna move on, and I hope Nico, I appreciate your patience. You've been a good sport for this last chat, and I'm pulling this pulling this third topic out for you because it's your fucking wheelhouse, and we're gonna talk MLB postseason.
Oh boy,
so
here we go.
We're gonna take a small break, and we're gonna come right back, and we're gonna talk baseball. Okay, short break. Everybody's hydrated, and onto the last topic of the day. MLB postseason is right around the corner, and with that being said, gentlemen, I think I can go without saying that October is the best month of the year for sports.
100%.
I mean, you got postseason baseball.
It's the best time of year anyways. I mean, you're looking at, you got postseason baseball, you got hockey starting up, you got football, you got Halloween.
You got basketball.
What is better than that?
Yeah, no, it's great.
It's
nothing. There's no better weekend in my life than Columbus Day weekend. When you sit down on that Saturday, you know it's a long weekend. You sit down that Saturday and you just see baseball, football, hockey, everything, and you're like, oh, it is time, baby girl. All right, so we are going to start on the National League side. Now, I admit, and I have told in episode 1 I said this, that I do not keep tabs on baseball as well as Nico and James do. So I'm going to kind of just be the generic topic controller, and I'm going to let you guys kind of talk your shit, okay? Because you guys know what you're talking about. So in the NL,
for the most part,
we'll start in the East. Do you guys see? I mean, I think it's pretty apparent the Braves are 15 games ahead, but Braves, Phillies, Marlins, Mets, Nationals. That's the order. Braves are 15 games ahead. Do either of you see anything?
I see nothing changing there.
Okay.
absolutely not.
I mean, maybe the basement, but
the Braves probably are the NL favorites, are they not?
they have to be. Yeah, there's no chance that they're not.
Right. I mean, they're the only team with 90 wins.
Yeah.
And they're 20 games above 500 on both the road and away. So they're good.
Yeah, that's just insane. The emergence of fucking Spencer Strider, though, is just
right. Sucks for the Phillies, man. They had a good run last year, and they just pooped their pants.
They had a great run, and then they signed Trey to that massive deal, and he was non-existent until like August.
Right.
One thing about the NL, though, you can never count out.
Who?
You know what I'm saying? The Dodgers.
Oh, well,
we're not saying that.
Yeah, they're winning the. I'm just talking about the NL.
Well, you're talking about the NL.
No, we're just talking
NL
about
East. No,
right now.
nobody's catching Atlanta.
Right. So moving to the Central. Central looks like a bit of a barn burner because so just to get out of the way, the NL East pretty well locked up. The Braves are 15 games ahead. NL West, similar situation. The Dodgers are 14 games ahead. We're pretty content in the fact that both those teams are going to walk out of those divisions pretty well in hand. Hello?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I zoned out for a second.
I see that. I was like, all I saw in my head was like the loading screen. I was like, hello? Okay, so Braves, Dodgers locked into our little postseason preview. So the NL Central looks pretty fun. The only two teams really out of it are the Pirates and the Cardinals. You got the Brewers, 2.5 games ahead of the Cubs, 5.5 games ahead of the Reds. So what do you guys think of that division?
It's kind of a tough situation.
I think it's a toss-up at this point.
Notoriously bad in recent memory.
Cool.
The Cubs? Yeah, notoriously bad in recent memory, obviously, other than the 2016 World Series run, but...
Right. I mean, they're one of those organizations where it's like, well, they're the Cubs. It's kind of like the Mets. You just keep waiting for them to fuck up.
Yeah, when's the last time
I can actually see
in the World Series?
I think you could see the Reds making a run here. I'm looking at their schedule. It's not terrible.
I think they make a run too,
matchups with Mariners.
I think they make a run at it too, especially with them claiming Bader.
Yeah, they're 5-5 in their last 10, so they're the most mid-tier out of the group in the last going. So the last 10 for the Brewers 6-4, Reds are 5-5, Cubs are 7-3. I don't know who they played, obviously, because the Pirates are also 7-3, and they're a dumpster fire of an organization. So, it's hard telling. You know, it's side note. It's a fucking shame that the Pirates are so bad at baseball because their stadium is fucking iconic. PNC Park is one of my favorite stadiums.
Yep.
It's just a shit organization. They are not doing Roberto Clemente proud, and it makes me sad.
So with the Reds, they've got 17 of their last 20 something is against teams under 500. So if they're going to make a run, now's the time to. They have the ability to do so.
Is like the 24th? Is it like that Sunday? Is that the last day of the regular season?
October 1st.
October 1st? Okay.
Oh.
October 1st. That's the Reds' last game. I'm assuming it's probably universal across the Major League, though.
Yeah, they just.
Like I said, they've got.
It feels late because like baseball. I wish other leagues would take note from baseball because baseball gets their postseason fucking done. It is in and out in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Whereas
I mean,
if
you think
NHL's postseason is
other
like
than
fucking
the NHL.
6 months long.
Other than the NHL,
well, the NBA's worse.
Is it? I don't watch NBA. So
they're all going to best of 7.
Yeah, the NBA starts before the NHL and ends after.
They're going best of 7, and 8 out of 10 times they're going 7.
That's hockey's problem is that they have 16 teams going best of 7 every round.
Yeah.
They could do best of 5.
And really, NFL's pretty quick too.
When you think about it, most postseasons are within 3-4 weeks.
Well, but I say baseball because the NFL I don't count because it's one and done. It's easy to schedule all your games on one day and then a week later schedule all your games when you're one and done. I mean, think about March Madness, 64 teams in and out in a month because it's all one and done. Whereas baseball has series and they're done in a month because there's really not much. They give them one travel day, and then it's back to back to back. So like if they go if it's the Yankees and we'll say the Angels.
I thought it was 2-3-2.
It might be 2-3-2, but either way, it's back to back. So they're gonna play the 2 games in New York. They're gonna play 3 straight games in LA, and then they're gonna play 2 games back to back in New York. Like they're not gonna do game on game off like everybody else does.
Right.
But I digress. So now, James, do you want to put money on the Reds?
How much?
I mean, I'm not betting. I'm just saying, if you were gambling, like, are you feeling confident? You feeling saucy about it?
I would throw a low amount on it. I mean, I'm not putting the house down, but I'd put $20 down, see what happens. Depends on the odds. I'm not big into gambling anyways, but I think
let's see.
The Reds have the schedule. If they're going to do it, it can happen. I mean, the
Reds are plus 8,000.
Really?
Is that correct? That feels like for how close they are, that feels like a wild bet. Plus 6,000, according to DraftKings. Plus 8,000 at BetMGM. Is that who you bet through?
I actually don't bet anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I know last time we pulled odds, you did BetMGM, but BetMGM has them at plus 8,000. FanDuel has them at plus 9,000. DraftKings has them at plus 6,000. I mean, I honestly might go make a bet on the Reds. Because that's what
you use FanDuel, right?
To win the division?
That's to win the division. So like if you're doing, I usually do FanDuel, so that's plus 9,000. So correct me if I'm wrong, Nico. That's $10 to win 90.
No.
$10 to win 900.
$10 to win 900. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm making that bet.
Yeah, because it's off of. It's all based on 100, so it'd be $100 to win 90-100.
Okay.
So do 10, just chop the 0 off, 9 to win 9-10.
It almost seems.
I mean, it seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
They are what, 5.5 out?
They're 5.5 out with 20. You said 27 games left.
26.
26 games
because they played 136 so far. Yeah.
Yeah. So 25 games.
17 are against
teams of
they're
under
500. But I'm looking at the Brewers too. I'm not making that bet.
Minus 450. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Brewers got
an easy schedule.
Yeah, they've got a couple matchups against the Cubs, Nationals. Yeah, the Yankees, Pirates, Nationals again, Cardinals, Marlins. Yeah, I'm not making that bet after seeing the schedule. No, 0% chance. I digress. What's going to happen is the Brewers are going to win that division.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sad part is if the Yankees are in this division, they're still in it.
Is that true?
They'd be
What are their odds right now?
sitting in fourth place. They'd be
The
76.
The Yankees are plus 50,000 to win the division.
Put $1 on that.
$1 on it? I'm not. No, throw $1 out.
That's $1 to win 500.
Yeah.
That 500. Yeah, the Yankees are below 500 right now.
Yes, they are.
Depressing. Fucking depressing. They would be 5 games out in the AL Central. That's fucking sad.
And they're what, like 12 games
No, they'd
out
be
of the
4 games out in the
AL
AL Central. 17
they're
back
17
right now.
and a half.
Back.
Straight.
Yeah,
bet
they're about to
place.
have an E pop up next to their name
Straight
shortly.
Straight bet place. $10 for the Reds to win the division.
Oh, you did it?
I did it. Why not?
To put $1 on the Yanks?
Was I right though?
Yeah, it was 10 to win 900. Yep.
Yeah.
Which I'll take. I'll take $900 if I can.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
In the words of
I mean,
Wayne
it could
Gretzky, man,
happen,
you
but-
miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
Michael Scott.
No, stop it. You stop it.
All right, so now we got
Now
AL West.
We're moving to the American League. So the AL West is whew, man, that's a fucking
barn
division.
right there.
You got the Mariners and Astros tied technically 77 and 60, 78 and 61, but I think the Mariners have a game in hand. So
The Mariners have 2 games in hand.
and the Rangers,
No, Astros have 2 games in hand.
no, because then they'd be the leaders.
The Seattle has 2 less games, is
Yeah,
what
so
I'm trying to
that's
say.
That's what we're
games in
saying.
hand,
We
yeah.
have 2 in hand.
And then the Rangers 1 game out.
The Rangers are trending down right now.
Yeah, they're 4
Who
and 6.
also have 2 in hand.
Yeah, the Rangers are 4 and 6 in their last 10, and then the Mariners and Astros are both 6 and 4 in their last 10. So trending wise, you're looking at the Rangers probably if that maintains, they're going to be 3 games out in the next 10 games.
They got 2 more with the Astros. Got 2 with the Astros, 3 with the A's, and then they Blue Jays Guardians.
Didn't the Astros beat the
Then
fucking
they played the
brakes off the
Mariners.
Rangers today?
They did 13-6.
Yeah. So
you're still, they got 2 more chances. So say they beat the Astros twice.
mm-hmm.
The Astros are just coming off getting swept by the Yankees. So
Yeah, I can't believe that actually happened.
Texas off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not writing Texas off. I see Seattle winning that division though.
I'm writing Texas off. I'm calling it right now that they're trending down. Chapman's back to doing Chapman things. And
Oh, I forgot he was their closer. Is he their closer?
yeah, he is. So Chapman's back to doing
I hope
Chapman
the
things.
game's not
Like
close.
the same things we saw with him in New York. He's doing the same things right now in Texas. And I'm going to take the Mariners as it stands right now.
I'm taking Mariners too. I'm not writing Texas off. I think they can in the division. I think honestly, if you look at Seattle, Houston, or Texas. I think any of them can win that division. How many of them are gonna? So Houston's got a game up on the wild card. Texas is the last wild card spot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm still writing them
Toronto
off of winning that division. I'm not writing them off of making the postseason, but they're not winning that division.
It's fair. I say that one's in the air. I don't have a pick for that one just because a lot of things can happen. There's still 20-something games left, and a one-game lead is nowhere near safe.
No, not especially with 20-something games left. I mean,
You can't.
In baseball, you can be up one game and then in 26 games be down 10.
Yeah.
Teams get so streaky. So you got Mariners, Nico?
Yep.
And James, what were you saying?
I have Mariners winning it. I'm not writing anybody off. Those three. I think any of them could take it, really. There's just too much time left.
Let's move.
If it's last week of the season, I'm taking Seattle, writing off Texas and Houston, but
fair enough. Let's move to the Midwest and talk AL Central. AL Central, the Twins are relatively safe. 6-4 in their last 10, up 6 games in the Cleveland Guardians, who are also 6-4 in their last 10 games, so no ground gained there. And then they're 8.5 ahead of the Tigers.
They're on a 2-game lose streak, though. Cleveland is.
Everyone behind Minnesota is all under 500 too.
That's true. That's a gong show division.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say Twins just for the sake of segment, but
sake, yeah.
I'm gonna say Twins, but it don't matter anyways. They're getting bounced first.
Right. Unless
it's like when who was it? The Cowboys won the division.
Unless the Yankees miraculously come back and then they end up playing the Twins because then they'll lose because they can't.
Speaking of failed Yankees projects, isn't Sonny Gray like lighting up this season with the Twins right now?
Yeah, he wasn't made for New York.
Some people are.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to play in New York.
Yeah.
And then who was that other one they had? Doing that fucking clown. He went to the Angels. He actually signed a decent contract with the Angels. Haney, how's he doing? Oh,
I don't know who that is.
Sorry, I
Drew.
My headphones were being weird. What were you saying?
Drew Haney.
I think he's with Texas.
Oh, is he with Texas?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Was he a Yankee?
Trav, fact check.
He was briefly.
Yeah, for like half a season.
Texas. Drew.
The Dodgers. He fucking.
Oh yeah, he did play. He last year was the Rangers. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll have to check that.
Oh, he's still on the Rangers.
Oh. He
Okay.
must have gone back then because he was a Dodger this year, I thought.
No. Last year he got traded to the Dodgers. Then he signed with Rangers. 9-6 with a 4.22 ERA.
4.22.
That's not
That's
great.
Terrible.
No, he was terrible when he was with the Yankees. That man gave up a long ball like it was his job.
So does Garrett Cole.
Yeah. Not so much.
Yeah, but Garrett
anymore,
Cole gives
not
up
always in the first inning.
Garrett Cole give up 1, maybe 2, and usually they're solo shots. And he's walking guys, getting the bases juice, and he's just like, "Oh, here's a meatball."
So the question of the hour is: do you think the Orioles are going to hold on?
Yes.
Yes.
Really, both of you.
100%.
Don't think the Rays have it in them, huh?
No. Looking back at the way the Rays started the season, if they don't win the World Series, this whole year was a fucking waste.
It's the Rays, dude. The Rays don't even care. They're just happy to be here.
Fair. I'm sure all 3 fans that go to the game probably are too.
Right, dude. The Rays are just a place for like people who are fans of teams to go cheap to see him. Like, you can get like tickets 3 rows above the dugout in Tampa for like $38.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I went on the Jeter farewell tour. We were 3 rows up, visitor side bullpen, and I think we paid like $35 a ticket.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, that fucking stadium sucks.
Catwalk always pisses me off.
Yeah, the catwalk is annoying.
Catwalk's dog shit. The stadium's old as fuck. The acoustics are terrible. It's the quietest game environment I've ever been in my life. I feel like I should whisper.
Going to Tropicana now is like watching the COVID year.
Yeah. It also feels like you're like moving through time, because like even going to like the old stadiums, like going to Fenway, going to Wrigley, like there's still like a modicum of like this is professional baseball, whereas the Tropicana feels like it was a monster truck fucking venue that got repurposed into a baseball place.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Maybe I'm out of line, but you fuck Tampa.
No, not out of line at all.
Fake ass fans. Nobody's a real Rays fan. And I just
They only are.
I just
because
fucking
they're,
hate
like,
Tampa Bay, bro. I just hate the whole fucking town. And I'm gonna use my platform right now to shit on them. Fuck Tampa Bay. Let me tell you why. All right. Reason number 1. Both the motherfucking Super Bowls y'all got were some bullshit. Because you had to carry somebody in there, shouldn't even fucking been in there, and you got dragged through Super Bowl kicking and screaming, not even giving a shit, because I know damn well you motherfuckers didn't go to Raymond James Stadium when they was trash, goddamn creamsicle ass, bum ass Buccaneers trash organization, won 2 Super Bowls by chance because they just happened to be in a tax haven. Fuck you. And every single Lightning fan, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuckyou. You're all fake. Fake ass fucking fans. I have receipts, bro. I was sitting in Orlando, went to Universal for the day, figured I'd stop by the fucking NBC Sports Complex, get myself a brewski, watch myself some hockey. There's some Bolts fans in jerseys. I was like, oh shit, hockey fans, that's really cool. Bro, they didn't even know what an icing was. Fake ass fucking fans. Just because Tampa be winning cups, they're like, I love the Tampa Bay Lightning. Retired ass people, bro, stay in your fucking lane. Go save some manatees. Shut the fuck up. Get out of sports. Fuck Tampa Bay. End rant.
And also thoughts and prayers to everybody affected by Hurricane Idalia.
Yeah, Tampa Bay wasn't. Tampa Bay was not. It was more north.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking thoughts and prayers. If you're in Idalia and you need help, reach out to fucking. I'll try. I'll give you $25. But like, fuck Tampa Bay, man. And that's like my parents' like old stomping ground. I tell them all the time. They're like, oh, don't you wish we kept? No, I don't wish you'd stay down there, because then I'd be a punk bitch too, just like the rest of the people that live in Tampa Bay. The whole fucking Hillsborough County. Fuck them.
And let us reel that back in, because that was one of the greatest rants I've ever heard out of you.
And literally said, fuck the whole city of Tampa Bay.
Not even real.
You know, it was almost like you sounded upset that they didn't get hit by the fucking hurricane.
I would never wish that on anybody. And honestly,
I would never.
Outside of sports, going to Gasparilla is really fun. Tampa Bay is cool for that. But other than that, fuck them.
Well, if anybody from Tampa Bay is listening,
come
I
at
appreciate
me.
you,
care.
I guess. I mean,
what do they have? They have Busch Gardens. They got nothing.
Yo, I feel like right now I'm that guy when 2 people are getting ready to fight, and I'm just like, yo, let's just all talk about it real quick. Like, I love both of you, and you're just like, nah, fuck this dude.
Yeah, no. Seriously, no. Tampa Bay's not even on my Mount Rushmore of Florida cities. They're not even on there. And they're like one of the most populous ones. No, fuck Tampa. It goes, number 1 is Miami because it's fucking Miami. Number 2 is Orlando because they got all the parks. Even if Disney's overrated as fuck, it's still fun to do. Number 3 is Jacksonville because Duval goes hard. It's a whole city inside of a county. Number 4 is Key West because I can do what the fuck I want in Key West. And number 5, just to piss Tampa Bay off, is fucking Tallahassee because that's the hometown of my fucking boy Teddy Pendergrass down, T-Pain, Fahim Nam, greatest artist of the 21st century. Fuck Tampa Bay.
Did you just say Pendergrass?
That's his Teddy Pendergrass down. That's fucking pain.
Oh.
I stand by it. That's gonna be our first. That's gonna be our first merch.
Fuck the entire city of Tampa.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know what just happened.
I'm tired. I let the intrusive thoughts win, James. That's what happened.
Oh, good fucking Lord.
Moving on. So your
My God.
your chosen winners are the Baltimore Orioles, the Minnesota Twins, the Seattle Mariners out of the American League, the Atlanta Braves. I guess you guys said the Brewers for the Central, and then the Dodgers for the West. So no changes, no change-ups in the current standings.
No changes. Everyone who's leading right now is going to end up.
And they do the 2 wild cards now, right? The playoff game in, and then go from there.
3.
3?
Yeah, there's 3 wild card teams.
How does that work out?
So that would put it at 6 teams. 3 division winners. 3 wild cards. So it's...
Yeah, so the first 2 get a bye.
That doesn't seem right.
It's not right.
Yeah, first 2 teams get a bye, is it not?
AL wildcard A, AL wildcard B, NL wildcard A, NL wildcard B. There's 2 wildcards.
Yeah, there's 2 wild. Okay,
Yeah.
So there's the playing game.
There's the play-in series for the
There's
wild
the playing
card, and
game.
the wild card plays the number 1 overall. Because the wild card
Okay.
series is only a 3-game series. If that guy's
No.
gone, Duke's gone. It's over, dude. Fuck Clemson, losers. Gonna lose to a fucking smart school. All you have is sports, losers. I'm actually blowing
He looks like he's about to have a fucking stroke.
I just realized I'm blowing the hinges off my own doors here. I need to reel it in.
Although Dabo Sweeney's about to have a fucking stroke on TV.
Yeah. They fumbled that from the
Yep, he did.
God. Dude, so for people listening, we're watching the Duke Clemson game. Clemson had the ball at what, the 4, the 3? Like
The
they
2?
were very close to their own end zone. They did
they were on like the half.
They did a dive to like a gap, and the fucking dude fumbled, and the guy returned it back to the to their own 40. Okay, so yeah, so it's wild card 1, wild card 2 play each other. So who do you guys think the 2 wild cards are going to be for each? As of right now, it looks like it'll be the Phillies and the Cubs for the NL, and the fucking shit-fuck Rays and the
Rays and the Astros.
The Astros, yeah.
So you'll have, as it stands right now, you'll have Texas and Houston play a play-in game. And then they'll play the number 1 seed. Tampa Bay will play the number...
They play a series. It's a 3-game series.
Hold on a minute.
The play-in game?
The play-in series, yeah. The wild card series is a 3-game series.
Play-in series.
So the two wild cards play each other in a 3-game series to take on the 1 seed.
Why is this telling me there's 3 playoff teams? Or 3 wild card teams?
I don't know. I just literally...
There are 3 wild card teams, I thought.
No, there's 2. I just Googled the MLB playoff bracket.
There are 3. Because as it stands right now, the American
number 1 and number 2 have
Houston,
buys.
and Texas.
Oh.
Yeah, so number 1 and number 2 have buys.
Yeah, they're saying right now that Baltimore would play the winner of Tampa and Houston, and Seattle would play the winner of Minnesota and Texas.
Yeah, so the top 2 wildcard teams play each other. The last wildcard team plays the third in the division.
Baseball needs to stop changing their fucking goddamn playoff format because it's pissing me off.
Why don't we just do this? Who do you think is going to be playing in the League Championship Series and then World Series?
Yeah, well, I mean, League Championship Series.
Let's do it that way.
The NLCS is going to be Atlanta, LA.
Yep.
ALCS is going to be Baltimore, Houston.
Baltimore and Houston? No, dude, Seattle's getting in. They're locked. They're a team of destiny.
To get to the...
I was going to say I was going to say Seattle, Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore and Seattle. Team of destiny.
And then postseason classic, I'm going to go with Atlanta, Baltimore.
See, I'm going Dodgers, Mariners with Dodgers winning it all.
I'm going Atlanta, Baltimore with Atlanta taking it in 6.
Wow.
You got Baltimore and Atlanta. O's take it in 6.
O's take it in 6.
O's
Interesting.
take
O's take it in 6.
The
So our first
Orioles.
episode, I shit on the Orioles and said they won't even make the playoffs by the end of the year. I am now going to eat crow and say I think Baltimore's doing it this year. I think they're the team of destiny.
What a take!
I think honestly, I think Baltimore can stand up with the best of them, and I think they've got a young group of guys, and I think this is going to be their year.
Wow. You heard it here, folks.
Can we get this moving? My headphones are going to die.
Yeah, he just said it. I mean, he's got the O's. That's that.
I don't know where he's getting that, but
Yeah, that finishes it. That's the that's the end of the episode as far as the discussion. So we'll go to our typical what did you learn today, James?
Oh, good Lord. I learned that you don't like the city of Tampa.
Okay.
That abundantly clear. Yeah, I think I learned that Nico still, after us harping on him for 2 months, doesn't know dick shit about college football.
Yep.
That's depressing.
I never claimed to, and I've said it since you guys brought it up the first time. I know jack fuck about college football.
And another thing I learned today is that Duke is going to be ranked by the end of the year.
All right.
I think they'll hit 25 tops.
There's the hot take.
That's a little
there's
recency
your hot
bias.
take.
I mean, dude, watching because I've been watching this game for the most part. Look like a decent fucking team.
This is mostly Clemson being bad.
Yeah, this is Clemson playing very poorly.
Yep. Clemson is.
So Nico, before your headphones
playoff
die,
chance.
what did you learn today?
I learned that Bleacher Report knows nothing about what traditions are in college sports.
Yep.
Sure.
I also learned that when Travis gets on a rant, it's best to just shut up and laugh at him.
What was that?
It's pain. It's pain.
I mean,
Nico and I actually were talking about this earlier this week. We're here for the Travis rants.
Yeah, we really are.
Okay.
We're here for it.
The Travis rants are iconic, and they were like the highlight of my day when we worked together.
God bless.
And hot take: Baltimore doesn't repeat next year. What they're doing this season is going to be a miracle one and done.
Cool.
I think you're way wrong on that one, but
It's called a hot take for a reason.
Yeah. Today I learned that I should probably apply for a job in marketing with the NFL because I have better ideas than they do. I learned that somewhere in my life, the city of Tampa Bay hurt me. I don't know when it happened, but it did. And
Travis just has a whole personal vendetta against the city of Tampa for no reason.
And there was a solid point in that rant where I was like, "Where is this coming from? What had happened?"
I got a little angry at Tampa. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like if a therapist was like trying to break that down, I'd be like, "I don't have an answer for you right now. I have to dig deep." And then my hot take of the day is going to be the fact that I don't think that there will be a Big 12 school ranked in the top 10 at the end of the year.
Oh.
Yeah, that includes Texas. I'm looking at you. Fucking hook 'em horns.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there you have it. Guys, please remember to follow us on X, formerly Twitter, whatever Elon's calling it today. Instagram, both those accounts are at Short Fat Bald Pod. That's Short Fat Bald Pod. Tell your friends about us, share the podcast, leave a review. Everything helps. Anything that you say or share helps boost us up in the algorithm, so that way more people kind of can discover us and we can kind of grow together. So, yeah, once again, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on Short, Fat, and Bald.